Hello, and welcome to the MassDEP Underground Storage Tank Program training video on compliance certification. Compliance certification, sometimes called the CC, is a process where you, the owner or operator of the facility, will evaluate and document that the UST system at your facility is being operated and maintained properly. The purpose of the compliance certification is to assist with regulatory compliance and to encourage good UST system management practice over time. The purpose of this presentation is to explain how to conduct this evaluation and how to report the results of your evaluation to the MassDEP. This presentation will cover how to determine when a compliance certification is due, where to find the compliance certification form, how to complete the compliance certification form, how to submit the compliance certification form, and when you might need to submit a follow-up return to compliance form and how that submittal is done. You must have an account on the Underground Storage Tank Data Management System to use the online compliance certification. If you do not have an account, please create an account before proceeding any further. A presentation is available on the MassDEP website that explains the process for creating an account. To get started, use the facility search to find your facility record. Click on the search button in the upper left of the screen, and then enter the facility name or address in the boxes provided along the top of the table. Click on the button to the right of the line item to open a facility detail page. That button looks like a box with 3 dark horizontal lines. Once you click the button to the right of the facility information from Search, you'll be directed to the facility detail page. Information is organized into 4 pages. If you scroll down the profile page, you will find a table listing due dates. This table will show the compliance certification due date as well as the next third-party inspection due date. The compliance certification is due once every 3 years, approximately 18 months after your last third-party inspection. The facility detail page also provides all of the information in the facility registration. Information about the owner can be viewed by clicking on the owner name. Red dots flag missing information. You can click on the Print button to download and print a complete record of information available for the facility. The printed copy will also show you what is missing. Please note, you must verify that your registration is complete and correct in the data management system before beginning the online compliance certification form. The online compliance certification form is a smart form that includes questions applicable to your facility based on what's in your registration. If there's incorrect or incomplete or missing facility information, the compliance certification form will not correctly reflect your facility's underground storage tank system configuration. In fact, if this is your first visit to the data management system, it is likely you will need to update your registration. To update your registration, click on the Submit a Form button on the right side of the screen and select a form to fill out that will add the information necessary. Most likely, the Update Facility Registration form and the Update Tank Piping and Components form are the 2 forms you will need to complete. Finally, you should look at the ownership record for the facility and update that information as well. You do that by clicking on the name of the owner from the facility detail page, which will take you to an entity detail page. And there you will click on Submit a Form and update the owner entity form. Now that your registration is up to date, it's time to complete the compliance certification form. The compliance certification form is also found under the Select a Form button on the facility detail page. 60 days before the compliance certification is due, this compliance certification form will appear on the list of available forms. Click on the form name to open the form. The compliance certification form has 16 high-level yes or no questions in 4 sections that you can see on the right under Form Navigation. This includes questions about 1. Facility registration of financial responsibility, 2. The underground storage tank system component operation and maintenance, 3. Leak detection monitoring, and 4. Inspection requirements. The summary section is where any issues will be summarized. This is called the Return to Compliance or RTC plan. The RTC plan is where you will describe what will be done to correct any problems you found while doing the compliance certification. To complete the form, you must answer each of the questions provided. The questions must be answered yes or no, or in some cases not applicable. Questions that are answered no will be listed as issues to be corrected in the Return to Compliance plan. You will also have an opportunity to add comments in the comments section. The compliance certification form is designed to provide you facility-specific guidance for each question. Click on the question mark button next to each question to access this guidance. The help text will describe what is needed or what must be done in order to answer yes to the question. The help text is specific to the equipment at the facility, and it's based on the registration data. If the facility registration is incomplete, the help text will point this out. At any time, you can save a draft form and return to the facility detail page to complete missing information using other available forms. As previously mentioned, any question that cannot be answered yes or not applicable will create a Return to Compliance item that will show up in the summary section of the form. For each Return to Compliance item, a box is provided where you must briefly describe what will be done to correct the issue. This entry must be completed before you can move on. Once you have completed the Return to Compliance actions, click on the Review button to review your submittal. The review screen allows you to check the answers to all of the questions, including the information provided on what would be done to correct any issues you may have found. To edit any of your answers or to edit the text for the Return to Compliance items, click on the section you wish to edit under Forms Navigation. You'll be redirected to that section. To return to review, click the Next button at the bottom of the screen until you get to the Review button. Once you've completed your review and the form is ready for submittal, you can click the Share to share with another user or the Certify button to proceed with filing the form. To share a form with another user, click on the Share button to the right of the screen and then select a user to share with. To find or select a user, you type their email in the box provided. Once you start typing, the system will create a list of users who most closely fit what you have typed. Highlight the person you wish to share with and click on the Add a User button. This will add the user to the list of people with access to the form and will also send them a notification that you've shared the form with them. There are two ways in which to submit a form. You could submit the form using a paper submittal, or you could submit with an electronic submittal. To do the paper submittal, after clicking on the Certify button, click on Download. Be sure to print, sign, and mail the downloaded form to the MassDEP. The owner, authorized operator, or responsible party should sign this form. For an electronic submittal, you must have a pre-approved signatory status. See the MassDEP Underground Storage Tank Program website for more details on how to obtain electronic signatory status. Once a signatory, you'll be sent directly to a certification page. Read the certification statement, read and check the boxes next to the submission agreement, answer one of your challenge questions, and type in your password. Congratulations! Your compliance certification is complete and submitted. If you identified Return to Compliance issues on your compliance certification, there is one more step that needs to be taken. After you have submitted the compliance certification, you must address the Return to Compliance actions. The Return to Compliance actions must be completed and a compliance certification Return to Compliance form submitted within 30 days. The due date is shown at the bottom of the form. It will also appear in the due dates table on the facility details screen. Call MassDEP if you need additional time to complete the compliance activities. To complete the compliance certification Return to Compliance, the form can be found when you click on the Select a Form button on the facility detail page. The Compliance Certification Return to Compliance form will only ask the questions that were previously answered no, indicating a need to take some action to get the facility into compliance with all requirements. The Compliance Certification Return to Compliance form only asks you to confirm that you've corrected the issue. The only acceptable answer is yes. If you can't correct the issue and answer yes within the 30 days allowed, please contact MassDEP's Underground Storage Tank Program staff for additional time. The procedure for reviewing and certifying the Compliance Certification Return to Compliance form is the same as with the initial compliance certification. This completes the tutorial on conducting and filing a compliance certification. Additional assistance is available should you need it. By clicking on the Help button in the upper right side of the screen, you can obtain a user manual for the Underground Storage Tank Data Management System. You can also call or email the MassDEP Underground Storage Tank Helpline. For email, it's dep.ust@state.ma.us or call 617-556-1035 extension 2. Thank you.